is going to be my review of Requiem for a Dream. This movie is almost harder for me to watch than a horror film. I actually talked with somebody once and we agreed that they should show this film to middle school students because I feel like if young people saw this film, they would never want to touch drugs. This film is a heartbreaker. It is so beautiful to watch. The cinematography is done just so, and the way that the sound was mixed with the visuals and the way that it was all cut together, you feel like you're experiencing this stuff with the characters. And it is so intense and hard for me to take. I had a hard time watching this. It makes me really sad. I have known people who have had trouble with drugs, and I am so glad that I never got addicted to anything like this and got sucked into a hole where I ended up like Jared Leto's character did. I honestly don't know what's the most heartbreaking about this story. Without spoiling it, I could just say that Harry, who is Jared Leto's character, he ends up at a loss. And Jennifer Connelly's character, Marion, ends up making a choice that the person that she was at the beginning of the film never would have made. Marlon Wayans' character, Tyrone, ends up not quite as screwed as the other characters, but realizing that the path he went down was a really, really bad idea. Harry's mom, Sarah, played by Ellen Burstyn, her story mixed in with the rest is almost extra heartbreaking because her path was motivated by sadness and loneliness, and she trusted a doctor to help her lose weight and instead got addicted to a drug that honestly is sold on the streets, and she had no idea. And her son even tried to warn her and tell her to walk away from them, and she couldn't. And where she ends up is painful to see. It's just so sad. I really hope that when people watch this, they realize that there are real people doing these things every day and making these shit decisions on a regular basis and probably ending up in similar places. Hard drugs are a terrible, terrible thing. And I don't want to sound like a PSA, but fuck it. Drugs are bad, y'all. Drugs are terrible. And this is real stuff that actually happens to people. People make really compromising choices that do really awful things to their lives. And while this feels like extremely exaggerated, it's really not. Requiem for a Dream was directed by Darren Aronofsky, and he did such a beautiful job. It's amazing. I just hours ago described this film to someone as an incredible film that I don't want to watch, which seems like a contradiction, but not really. It's beautiful and heartbreaking. This film is based on a book by the same name, and I haven't read it, and I don't know that I can. This whole story just breaks my heart. It's so well done that it affected me emotionally, and that's good filmmaking. I mean, really. This is by far, in my opinion, Jared Leto and Marlon Wayans' best work. They sink so far into these characters, it's unbelievable. I also feel like this is Jennifer Connelly's best work. I remember the first time I saw this film, and I realized that Sarah from the Labyrinth was in this film, and I almost lost it because The Labyrinth is one of my favorite films of all time, and to watch the woman who played the iconic character from that film basically just trash her life and do drugs was really sad. But that's good acting. In the end, I was able to separate Sarah from the Labyrinth from Marion in this film, but an excellent acting by everyone involved. Really, this whole film is a mind blow of visuals and a heartbreak of story. And I feel like I'm maybe talking this up too much. I'm really interested to see what the other people in Movie Club say about it, because I wonder how much of a differing variety of opinions we're going to get on this one. I'm sure there's going to be at least one person who's like, that's one of my favorite films. I really give this film all the points. It is beautiful, the story is incredible, and I will not watch it again. I'd love to know what you all thought, and if you haven't seen it and are interested, check it out and then tell me. I think that's all I have for now. I hope you're all having a great day. I will see you later.
You just watched Stephanie talk. Don't forget to tell her what you thought. Share and like, maybe subscribe. Stephanie will see you all next time.